Hey, I'm gonna do a little walk through of some of the things that I did to my Jeep, and not going to be any kind of tutorials or anything, but maybe give you some ideas for what you might want to do. This is obviously a work in progress, like most Jeeps are, and I have a lot more money to be thrown into this. So let me just kind of start from the beginning. The very first thing that I did was to get floor mats. I got the back seat and the front driver and passenger, and that was probably a really good investment. So yeah, you probably saw that I did start driving for Uber, which I don't do anymore, and I'll explain some of that later. But just wanted to keep the car clean. If you plan on taking out your carpets or Linexing the inside of your Jeep like a lot of people do, and I may do someday, then you might not need the mats. I didn't get the mats for the back because the Jeep actually came with a reversible one. It has rubber on one side and it's carpet on the other, and that was sufficient for me, because people were going to be maybe throwing luggage and backpacks and whatnot in here, so no big deal. Let's see, what was the next thing that I did? The other thing I did is I started debranding. This is a 2016 Sport S, and I took it off on both sides right there. I might take off, actually I am going to be taking off the Jeep on the front, because I'm going to most likely Linex at least the front. I may do the whole outside of the car, but I'm going to do at least the front. One of the other things that you cannot see, because I took the top off, is you can't see any of the stickers that I put on the windows, and I do have a few stickers on the windows. You know, that's part of the customization, and I might put some more. Let me back up a little bit here so you can see I've got a rack on top. That was one of the next things that I did, was I get a Cargo Masters Safari, and this is the Congo Pro, and the thing is an awesome, beefy, beautiful rack. And I got the grab handles right here. They just make getting up onto holding on to this a little bit easier. I mean, I could still just grab onto here, but grabbing onto these is a little bit, makes it a little bit more accessible. I angled them down a little bit so that, you know, because I'm not going to hang from them, I'm going to pull outwards on them. And I also got the Yakima crossbars so that I could put my kayak racks on there. And I have Yakima, I can't remember which. This is like the it's for my tandem kayak. It's a big slidey one. And then I got the Thule or Thule J cradle that that folds down. This mechanism right here is not really good. These twist back and forth, but it's not that big of a deal. I can still deal with it. Let's see, what else? So I got the rack. Oh, and these things are awesome right here. These also are from Cargo Masters. They're hinge steps. They bolt onto the hinges, and you can use them to climb up onto the car, lift yourself. Right now, since I don't have any side steps, which I need to get, it's kind of hard to get your foot all the way up there. But to tie things up onto the top, they're really convenient. What else? Now I'm not going to be going in any particular order here, but I did get a hitch extension because of the spare tire, and in order to pull my trailer, put my bike rack and things on there, I had to get that. That's a 12-inch hitch extension that I got from Harbor Freight. And so the locking pin right there, I got that from Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply has been a really good place to get a lot of things. I know, don't hate here. My mom got me this tire cover, and I don't know if it was actually orange, and me being vain, I wanted to make it white. I bought some vinyl, and originally I just contact cemented it on there, and it kept kind of peeling off on the corners. So then I actually bought like little leather punch tools and stitched the whole thing all the way around, and I think it looks really good, and it looks very professional, and it stays on there really well. I like it. What else? So here's another thing. I like making a lot of this stuff myself. So I'm gonna see if I can get a shot of this up here. This is a shade screen, and when you take the top off, a shade screen really is nice. It allows the sun and the air to come through, but it doesn't make it blindingly hot, and it's been triple digits pretty much around here for a long time. I made it myself with the dimensions from a YouTube video, a guy, how to Wrangler. I got the dimensions, I punched the grommets, I actually sewed it myself, sewed a hem on there, and got the bungees from Harbor Freight. They're ball bungees. You can kind of see them on the inside here. Let me see. Ball bungees, they're pretty cheap right there. And I spray painted it zebra from the top, and so from underneath you can't really see it, which is kind of intentional. You just see it from the top. But all the dimensions, where the grommets and things go, I got from that YouTube video. These are also visor pockets that I made myself. They're zippered, they have elastic so they could stick onto the visor. And now I'm gonna zip them back up. What else? Okay, so I'm gonna go, Carolina Metal Masters. So I got the grab handles from. I don't like the paracord ones. They look kind of floppy, and they also have well, there's some other ones that are just kind of plain, that are metal, but I really like these. They're billet aluminum. They're super solid. They're really nice. They're machined and anodized and whatever. One thing that I did do is, so on this side here you can see the bolt heads are exposed, and they're stainless. On the outside, what I did is I went to the, oh my goodness, I just got dirt on my Jeep. Just kidding. I put these little plastic caps that I got from the hardware store because it was just an open screw hole and I didn't like how that looked. So this is kind of just gives it a little more finished look. Just went to Ace Hardware and got that. Because, let's see, because I was driving for Uber and Lyft, I got an extra charger, and I got those from, I don't know, Target or whatever. They're really long. And then also what I got with these little guides things, they just stick on there and you can route the cable. I'll go back up in the front here, you can see the other ones. So I got one where my phone mounts. I got a suction cup mount and a crack in the windshield. And then this is just a long one that goes down alongside here and into the center console here. Okay, what else? So, para que tú lo sepas, I'm Puerto Rican. And this flag, when you roll down the windows, would flop all over the place. It was really kind of irritating. So what I have in here is, let me see if I can see this thing. It's just a piece of metal. What is that? And the zip tie. The zip tie is not, I mean, it's a piece of metal wire that goes up into the flag. And it kind of goes up into like a question mark shape here, so I could loop it inside. And then this is just a bean bag that's holding down on the bottom. But so when the wind is blowing, I mean, it still looks like it's hanging from the rear view, but it doesn't flop all over the place, which was kind of nice. Let's see, let's go back out. So I got the Rigid Industries dually, what are they? I think they're the D2s or something like that. These are spotlights. And I got them after I went on a trail and I couldn't see off to the side because I have the stock lighting. and I ended up wiring them myself. I was going to bring them to a shop. It's not that hard at all. You run the wires through, go to the battery, and you know, I put the switch in myself. I put it in right underneath the steering wheel. It's kind of stealth underneath there, right here. And later on I'll switch that. I'll get an Switch Pros switch box, kind of like an S-Pod, but Switch Pros is, I think, the one that I'm going to go with. Right now they're sitting on Rigid Industries X clamps. Originally they were on these KC Highlights clamps, and I didn't like the way it was positioned. I like the X clamps where they look better, so I ended up repurposing the KC Highlights light mounts for limb risers. Limb risers are for when you're riding on a trail and the branches, you can help them go over the top of your car. It guides them up over the top. And I made these limb risers myself. This right here is a hinge. It's half of a hinge, the other half is on the other side. It had holes already drilled in it, and then all this stuff I got from Tractor Supply. This is 3/16 outer diameter cable with heat shrink on it, and there's a turnbuckle here, and again, this is just bolts and things that I got from Tractor Supply. You can get it from Ace also. Steinjager, I guess, makes some limb risers with quick disconnects. They cost 70 bucks. This cost me, for all this stuff, cost me about 20 bucks. Yeah, so it was a lot cheaper. I didn't make them quick disconnect. I could have made an open-ended loop right here, but I decided to just keep it completely solid. And yeah, that was it. That little stubby antenna, the stock one, I had originally just plasti dipped it, and it still was sticking way up past the limb riser, kind of defeating the purpose. And about the last thing that I have in here is up on top. You may notice I've got a solar water tank thing, and again, and it's attached with U-bolts, and the crossbars on the U-bolts, I switched them. I mean, normally the crossbar would go from here to here, but I switched them so that I could attach it to, I can't even see what I'm looking at, the crossbars from the Yakima rack. Again, I just watched a bunch of YouTube videos. I kind of tailored the design to what I liked. It holds 5 gallons. It has kind of an S shape, and let's see, up there, let me go around to the other side. There is a Schrader valve on there. I can pressurize it. I got a little Walmart $10 compressor. Let me see. Yeah. I got a little $10 Walmart what's in here, compressor that I hook up to it. This is a hose. It's a washing machine, you know, inlet hose that I hook up to the spigot here, and then I put the compressor on there, pressurize it, and I get a nice spray of water. It holds 5 gallons again, and I've used it for cleaning off my kayak and washing dishes when I'm camping and stuff like that. That's about it. That was me. That was about it on the mods for the Jeep. I plan on doing a bunch of other stuff like tires, wheels, step sliders, re-gearing and all that, but that's thousands of dollars, and it's somewhere down the road. So anyway, kind of a long video. Oh, I will do another video later about how I remove the top by myself with that rack on there. Can't use a hoist in a garage because the garage that I have doesn't allow it. I'm renting, so I can't attach hoists and things, and it's too small anyway. But I took a Harbor Freight shop engine crane thing for about 160 bucks and modified it, and yeah, I'll do another video about that. So hope you enjoyed this video, and Thanks, bye.